Okay guys, here's the townhouse. We have got two sheets which are identical, which have got our roofs and everything we need double of, and then we've got a single sheet which is got all the unique items on it that we only need one of. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to start with the ground floor of the house. So I'm going to just pop out the walls here. I'm going to pop out all the walls. Okay, so let's just put these into order. Okay, so here you can see the smaller walls with the little bricks at the bottom. These are the ground floor ones, so we're going to start with those. And with these walls, you'll notice that we've got some beams here, so we need to make sure, we're going to use an L clip here, and we're going to make sure we put our clips onto these ones first and push them all the way in. I'm also going to just open some of these windows now, just to get them started. Once I've done that, we can then just slot the walls with the doors on either side and then pop this on the other side. And that is your ground floor. Now, we won't put the floor in yet, we're going to carry on building, and we're going to carry on building by doing the upper level. So I'm going to grab these walls and this floor. So now what happens is when assembling walls that don't have these little beams on them, we are basically going to always pop a clip on one side, pushing it all the way home. Then choose a different wall and put a clip on here and work our way round in this direction, pushing the clip all the way in, like so. And I've opened the windows all the way around because it looks cool. You can always snap them back into place. Okay, so again, we're going to grab our last four clips and we're going to put these on the bottom. You might not want to push them all the way in yet because we want to line it up with these little slots here. I think that's about right. And we're just going to pop that on top. And that's our upper floor, and already we can feel that this slots on the top. So with all of our buildings, boop, it just slots on top and then that stays in place. Okay, so that's really, really cool. That's that structure. We're then going to put the two apex on. So let's do that. So using I like to have it with the windows facing forward. And there you have your apex, as it were. And this is the basic structure of the building. Very easy to get in and out of, and looks really cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble the roof. Okay, so as we say in the quick start guide, the roof is always the last thing you do. So I'm going to need the two roofs. So I've got the two roof panels and I've got this little roof bar, the two roof clips, and I've got a little chimney here as well. You'll notice on the roof there's two little pop-out slots that where the chimney goes in. Don't only choose one side for the chimney and leave the other ones in, and that way you get a complete solid texture without any breaks. It doesn't matter if you take both out. Most of my builders have got them both out. So I'm going to pop those out in anticipation. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to, first of all, we're going to just very, very carefully give this a little bit of a bend, and we're going to do the same on the other side, and then we're going to put it on top of our house and see if it needs to be bent anymore. So I'm going to start by just bending a tiny, tiny bit. So I'm adding just the tiniest of curves. And then I'm going to clip the roof together. So we've got these two clips. Now, with our roofs, we've specially tooled these slots extra tight, so that it's better to be able to adjust them to be wider, but we can't take anything away. We can't place cardboard back if we did them too soft. So I'm going to pop one of these on, and it might be a little bit tight. I don't need to adjust it. I can hear it going on. And then I'm going to do the same over here. There's a little bit of a gap here, so I'm just going to go either side, and I'm just going to keep working the roof up until it's even on both sides. Being careful not to bend the clip. Okay, so this now meets at the top quite nicely with a very small gap. Now it's time, I'm going to put the little clip on. You can put your fingers underneath here to help you, without bending any of this, to help you kind of get that in place without kind of bending any weak spots. And again, this is quite a tight fit. And then there's a little bit of a gap, so I'm just gonna push my roof up a little bit more on either side. And there you go. This is my roof. Now, before I fit the chimney, I'm just going to see how well this fits onto my house. I'm expecting I'm going to need to bend it just a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, looks like I need to bend it a little bit more. I can push it down, and it just pops up a little bit like that. Okay, so I'm going to look at this, and I'm just going to bend it just that little bit more. And there we go. That fits on there lovely. I can just drop it on, and it's a really, really nice fit. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. So now that I'm happy, because I like to be happy, I'm going to assemble my chimney. Okay, and this has just got some half cuts in it. And then you'll see the two little slots on the bottom, and again, it's quite a small slot here, so if you need to, some little side cutters to adjust that, but let's have a look. Placing it in the wider part at the top, I'm just going to drop that down, and there we go. Perfect. And we've got this lovely little house all set up and kind of ready to go for the main structure. Okay, so let's move that to one side. We're going to need the floor. So with this floor, what you want to do, you'll see that there's two little slots in the bottom of each side of the wall. You can line those up with the two slots, which are basically here. And what that will do, it means that when you attach things to the house, like furniture, little side storage bins, etc. It means that those slots allow those to not kind of get in the way of your floor. And the floor just sits there, you place this on top, and you've got your basic structure of your house. Everything else that's left on these sheets here, the little ladders, the barrels, and the beds and the chests, are all covered on our dedicated scatter video. So that is your fantastic village house.